Hello, everybody, and welcome to the. I forgot we were called then. The cheap seats. I'm very sorry about that. It's been a long day, and I've been arguing with with internet service providers. We are here for our Wrestlemania XL predictions. It is this weekend, the 6th and 7th of April, right around the corner. I am excited for it. I have to work early shifts while it's going on, but I will be able to watch it when I get home from work, and that's always very, very good. As always, with me joining me today is Orca Shield co-owner, co-founder of the channel. Welcome in, sir.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I am also working. I've got 12-hour shifts all day, so I'll be trying to catch up while working. Unless my boss is watching this, then I'll be watching it after my 12-hour shift, like a good boy. I'm also glad that you didn't mix up our channel with the company you were working with and introduce us as hello and welcome virgins.
I mean, anyway, so yeah. All right, so we're gonna run through the WrestleMania card as we have as we have it at the moment, or at least the version I've got, which I don't think is correct. I really don't think that's correct. No, it's not. That's fine. Um, but we'll start off. Okay, I don't know what order the matches are going to go in. I mean, don't forget, it's split up over 2 nights. So there is that. Do you have the match card?
Yeah, I've sent it to you.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
if you want, if not, I can.
That's fine. That's okay. Oh, right, we've got it. So, blah, blah, blah. All right, so Saturday. Right, because this could be a long video. So let's start. Sorry, let's start with Saturday. So, just to remind everybody who may be listening to this for the first time, as in like they don't know what the matches are. We have the Bloodline, which is Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Now, this is one of those matches where they've set it up. This has been the focal point, I think, mostly. This has been like the
Yeah.
focus of WrestleMania so far. So if Rhodes and Rollins win, and I'm reading this verbatim, all members of the Bloodline will be barred from ringside during Rhodes' match against Reigns on Sunday, which will be the following day. But if the Bloodline win, the title match will be Bloodline Rules, which effectively is a no DQ match. So, what have you gone for this encounter?
This encounter, I think there is going to be one winner, and that is the final boss, The Rock and Roman Reigns. I think they're winning this opening match to make it Bloodline Rules on the second night to give
Right.
everything against Cody. But the only thing I'll say, because we want to keep these short as possible, I will say, and this is to lead into what will happen later in the video.
Right.
I think at some point in this match, Cody is going to go for a disaster kick, and The Rock or Roman, probably Roman because he's a bit more nimble than The Rock, is going to duck it, and Cody is going to kick Seth.
Oh, okay.
Remember that for later on.
Okay. All right. All right. I will remember that for later on. I think we're gonna get towards the end of the match, and Rock and Reigns will be dominating. And then I think we're going to have something you mentioned a few days back now, where certain nemesis, what's the plural of nemesis? Nemesis of The Rock make their way into the arena. We are, of course, talking about John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. We may even see a little something from Triple H. I was thinking.
Depending on what he can do, he is still
I
ruled out.
yeah, I know, but can he hit one pedigree? is what I'm getting at. Can he hit one pedigree on The Rock?
He doesn't. Well,
Could he do that?
Not to jump on your pitch. I don't think he could do a pedigree. But the other thing that Triple H is known for, there's nothing stopping him smacking him with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, or using a weapon or an instrument. Yeah, he could, because that's how I think this is going to end. I think this is going to be a classic, big Austin return, Cena return, and maybe a Triple H as well, because Rock had that after the kickoff. He had that little fracas with Triple H where Triple H told him that he was out of order. So I think it's going to look like it's going to be Bloodline rules, and then because I think Cody and Seth are going to just go their separate way after this. And I think we're going to get an assist from Austin and Cena, and I'm hoping Triple H, 'cause that'd be kind of cool to just fuck with The Rock, or maybe not Triple H, because then you've got the whole sort of he's your boss sort of thing. I don't know. So I think that'd be kind of cool. So I think Cody and Seth will win, so that the two matches of the following evening are clean. And we get a clean Cody Reigns match, and Seth faces Drew later. But I think we get the feel good moment where Cena and Austin hit the ring, and the crowd goes wild. I hope they don't start with this, because if they do, I cannot imagine how deflated the crowd will be for the following match.
No, this is going to be your main event. This will be your main event of Saturday.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you'd like to go for the next one, I'll let you introduce this.
Okay, so up next we have the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. Big time Becky Lynch. So who are you going for in this one?
I am going to go for Rhea. I'm going to go with Mami. I believe that she's probably still at that level. Becky Lynch at this stage, she does not need this. This is not a title victory that she requires at this stage. However, this is how my brain works. I'm thinking more sort of business with this. So if she's a transitional champion, Becky will win, because then at Backlash, or the one after that, name escapes me, I know it's not SummerSlam, then we may see a new champion, someone else who isn't Rhea Ripley. But I don't know, something about the build up for this, especially since it looks to me like Judgment Day are splitting up, or not splitting up, but kind of going their own paths. I feel like Rhea Ripley needs to hold on to the championship to remain in that main event picture. That's the way I'm seeing it anyway. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. Becky's got 2 months left on her contract. As of yet, she's openly admitted she's not going to go anywhere. She sees herself as a WWE person for life. But with that contract not being agreed just yet, I don't see them putting the belt on her for what it will be essentially 2 months, and then she could be out the door.
Yeah.
Unless something's being agreed backstage and it's just trying to get the paperwork done up, I can't see Rhea dropping the strap to someone that could potentially be leaving. So yeah, Mami Rhea's going to retain here. She's going to put on another great match at Mania, and then who knows? After the match, we might get a returning Charlotte. We might get, Nia Jax still has unfinished business. Liv Morgan still has unfinished business. There's a lot more stories around Rhea than there is going with Becky. Exactly.
Like I said, unless she's going to be a transitional champion, kind of, I don't see the point. It sounds so horrible. I don't like that, but I just feel like there's no point for. Pardon me. Oh, sorry, that burp came out of nowhere. I don't see why Becky would need to win this. I don't feel like there's any merit to it. So we've both gone with Mami Rhea, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So the next match after that, we have the WWE Intercontinental Championship, which unfortunately I have a very strong feeling is going to get absolutely booed out of the building, knowing what we know and knowing how we think. It is going to be the champion Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Now, we... I know how I feel about this. I've been on record to say it, but I'm going to go with Gunther because that's what I want. I don't know if we're going to see the dethroning here, but I'm going to go with Gunther. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I think this is a match that is being ruled off, and I think that there can be only one winner from this one now, especially with what's going on with the WWE universe. So I too, I'm going to go for the Ring General. As we do.
I love that. I can't do it because my shoulder's
my back
busted.
is fucked. My back is fucked.
My shoulder, your back. Yeah, I can't get my arm all the way back there.
Whether my heart says in this, my head says it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be Sami Zayn. I am on the same camp as you. I don't think Sami Zayn should be the one that ends Gunther's reign. It should be someone that's either up and coming, like Chad Gable, that gets his first belt, or it should be someone that gets brought up from NXT that becomes a dominant sort of babyface, it defies the odds. Not Sami Zayn, who's been in the main title picture. So, has to be Gunther in this one.
Yeah. I'm so with you on that because I'm just done with Sami Zayn, unfortunately.
So we move on. We've tied again, so it's so far only one match difference. So we move on to one which I think we'll definitely probably have different ones on. Otherwise, something's going on. It is the undisputed WWE Tag Team 6-pack ladder match with the Judgment Day defending against the Awesome Truth.
Yes.
The New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, DIY, the New Catch Republic, and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, or the A-Town Down Unders.
At
the minute, and I should point out that we are recording this on, I can't remember what day it's Wednesday. Thursday.
No, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
There's been a bank holiday. There's been a bank holiday.
Yeah.
We are recording this on Thursday, so we don't know what's going to happen on SmackDown yet. There are rumours of Pretty Deadly being inserted into this match for one of the teams. We don't know that, so we're going with what's on offer at the minute.
Okay. All right. First of all, who do you think out of this group who's getting replaced? If your theory is correct, who's getting replaced?
A-Town Down Under. It would have to replace a SmackDown one, and I can't see them replacing New Catch Republic, so it would only be.
I don't know who I would. Do DIY need to be in there?
They're on Raw though, so it would have to be a SmackDown team for Pretty Deadly to get put in.
That's true. Well, they definitely want Awesome Truth in there. I can't remember if they're SmackDown. I think they are, aren't they?
They're Raw. Awesome Truth.
Oh well. I don't remember.
There's only two SmackDown teams, which is New Catch Republic and Austin Theory and Waller.
Oh, well, that's a bit rubbish.
The rest are all Raw.
Out of the two, I don't know, because Austin Theory and Grayson, what they like. I don't know. I kind of feel like New Catch Republic they don't have a lot of draw. That sounds bad to say, but I don't know. I think New Catch Republic I would choose to leave to make way for Pretty Deadly. But again, why? That makes no sense to me. Unless I don't know. I think Austin Theory and Grayson Waller need a bit more credentials. They need a bit more credibility to their to their tag team, I suppose. 6-pack ladder matches, they're always good fun because there's always something happening. There's always spots getting set up and stuff. New Day, love New Day. I will hold the torch for Big E to come back and do something with it. For all we know, this is when Big E comes back to make the difference, so that New Day become tag champions again, and now Big E's back. You know, that would be really nice. I'll forever hold that candle until he properly retires and says, "No, I'm done." I can't see Judgment Day retaining, considering Priest has got like what 2 months before he has to relinquish the briefcase. So I think they're split. I don't think there's. I mean, when I say splitting up, I mean they're not gonna retain here. It's gonna be a great match, but they're not. I think Judgment Day do not retain. I think this could be okay. Oh, see, I'm thinking like, what do you do to give the fans something here? You give Awesome Truth the belt, because the fans want our Truth to win something, and what's more irrelevant at the moment than the tag team titles? I'm not. Am I lying? Am I telling an untruth?
No, you're not. You're not lying. I'm just remembering that there was a certain other ladder match that everyone wanted a certain superstar to win, and Damian Priest won that one. So it's not always what the fans want in a ladder match.
Right.
But so are you going for the Awesome Truth, are you, in this one?
Yeah.
You're gonna go for the Awesome Truth. Okay. Well, I tend to agree with you that Judgment Day aren't retaining here. I think they've already sort of moved Dominic Mysterio into this new faction, like sideways. As you say, Damian Priest has got a briefcase to worry about. However, we are going to differ slightly, and I'm going to say that R-Truth is going to climb the ladder, and he is going to pull down the red belt, specifically the red belt. And I think that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are going to walk away with the blue belts, and they are splitting up the tag team belts here.
Can they do that? Because
it was mentioned on Raw that the team that grabs the red belt will become Raw's champion.
Did
and
they?
It was sort of,
I missed that.
It was who is it? Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce said it. Whoever grabs the red belt will be Raw's champion. But then obviously it's the Universal belt, so everyone still thinks that they're going to just take down both. But there was that one little line that makes me think that they're going to split the belts up here.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know this. This is new information that you've just given to me. So I'm going to now change my pick. And I think we're going to have... providing they're still in the match, I think we're going to have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller take the SmackDown ones, and Awesome Truth take the Raw ones, because you'll have a heel tag team in Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, which would be perfect because they can be real shitlords. And then Awesome Truth, people will be like, good, Truth, yeah, he got something for all this amazing like comedy haha wrestling that he's done recently. And Miz gets to be rack another championship up onto him. I mean, he's already a double Grand Slam, but you know, hey, just give him another tag title, you know. But again, there is a part of me that still is holding out for New Day and Big E and everything. Yeah. But yeah, so sorry, yes. So since you've furnished me with that new information, I've since changed my pick. So I'm going with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to get the SmackDown belts, and for Awesome Truth to walk away with the Raw ones. So that's my pick for that.
Fair enough. Should we free? It's our rules. Fuck it. Yeah. Should we say a point each if we get it right? A point per belt. Yeah,
why not? It's our fucking rules. We know who are we answering to? Ourselves? Okay. All right. No, I like that. Yeah. Okay. So we get a point per correct guess in this prediction in this particular match. Okay. All right. So 2 points for getting both right, and 1 point for. Yep. Okay. All right.
So up next, we then move on to the Battle of the Brothers, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso in a... It's there. It's a match.
It's a match that's come from out of nowhere. It's so I just want to quickly say something. I love the dynamic of the match because a bit like when Matt and Jeff Hardy squared off, it was something that people wanted to see. But they have to remember is when they did Matt and Jeff Hardy squaring off, they were still a tag team and they were still friendly with each other. This is not. This is just a singles match that they've just shoehorned into night one. I love Jey Uso, love Jimmy. I love the Usos. I don't know how good this match is going to be. I feel like because they are brothers, because they have that thing, they're going to go a bit harder with each other, which is fine. But I do not care about the outcome. Unfortunately, it's one of those matches where I just don't care who wins. Not only because it doesn't really mean much, really, because whoever wins is just going to have is going to be able to gloat over the other. So, and then main event Jey Uso, who hasn't done a lot of main eventing, I think is going to be the victor here.
Yeah, I agree. I think this match, with all the other like match stipulations that you've got on throughout the weekend, this should have been like if Jey wins, Jimmy has to leave the Bloodline, and if Jimmy wins, Jey has to rejoin the Bloodline, or put something on this match because at the minute it's just like you say, it's like okay, one of them wins. Now what? They've got bragging rights over the other one for a couple of weeks, and then they'll probably the Usos will reform down the line.
Yeah,
because I can't see them retiring as both singles competitors. I think they're both going to reform the Usos at some point.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So this match means nothing, but yeah, I'm going to go for Jey Uso. I think that he wins tonight.
It's the logical choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
To shut up the loudmouth older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to make his main event Jey Uso thing worthwhile. Because I like it, I just feel like they've just fucking done nothing with it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing with that. And the feud is like, it's just so random. It was, they were tag team, then they weren't.
Yeah.
Then they both left the Bloodline, then they didn't. Or half didn't. It was just absolutely pointless.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a nothing match, that one.
Okay.
Then we move on to our first toilet break of the evening.
You think so?
Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control.
No, I'm thinking people will stick around for this. I think people will want to see this. I think.
Well,
because there's only one more match on that card. I would be like, oh no.
I don't think this is the order that we're going to see it on. Obviously, I think Bloodline will be the main event, but I think that I could probably see like the women's opening the show, and then these two are just going to be scattered in the middle, like maybe either side of that undisputed ladder match.
Yeah. Okay.
But for me, Bianca Belair is the new Undertaker. She is undefeated at Mania. She's 4-0. Naomi's just come back. This is Jade's first proper match after the Rumble.
Okay.
So, and Damage Control, they built up so well, and they've just shafted again. It looked like the whole thing about WrestleMania was going to be to build up this new Damage Control with Asuka, Kairi, and Io. And since then, it's just, they're getting buried. So, it's going to be Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi picking up the win. I think this is one of the easier matches to call on the night.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they wouldn't let Jade Cargill, who's just come onto the roster, the main roster, technically. Because the Rumble appearance was great, but then we didn't see her until now. So, they won't let her lose, especially not with Bianca, Undertaker, Belair, and Naomi as well. It just doesn't feel right to let them lose. So yeah, I'm with you. I think they're gonna win, and quite convincingly as well, I might add. I think they are gonna just bury Damage Control. But I think they could still do something. They just need to get past this, and then maybe Damage Control could go to.
This could also be the one which Asuka and Kairi Sane turn on Dakota. Yes. And then you get just the free. Yeah. The three of them in Damage Control. When Io finishes her match with Bayley, which we'll get to.
Yeah, I would quite like that.
I think Dakota takes the pin. in this one. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you pin either of your women's tag champions,
Oh, yeah. Well, I
even
mean,
though it's a nothing belt.
yeah,
It's
yeah. That's true. That is true. And then the second toilet break of the evening. Uh, Apparently LWO, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus his son and his mate. Uh, Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. This is what I'm talking about. This is, I do not understand how and where this came from. I don't get it. I mean, okay, stepping behind the curtain, you can kind of be like, if they had no plans for Dominic Mysterio if they had no plans, there's a good chance that Ray, using his, you know, like leverage, he's gone and said, look, okay, put me and Dragon Lee in a tag team match with Dominic and Santa, because then the Mysterios get their WrestleMania match, where they square off against each other. Santos Escobar gets some exposure and Dragon Lee gets some exposure, because I don't know much about Dragon Lee, so I just know that he's a big Rey Mysterio stan. So this is fine. It's probably going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of high flying moves, which is always good to see. But it's sandwiched in a really busy card.
yeah,
And if I may, I feel like one of these two teams could have gone into the 6-pack ladder match, because you want some high flyers in there to do some damage. Just, it's just a thought.
yeah,
Just a thought. But I think,
yeah.
but sorry, I didn't say who I think wins. I just I just called it out for being shit. I think I think Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee go over here. Because this might be Rey's last WrestleMania, so it might be nice for him to go out on a win. Because they're not doing the going out on a loss thing anymore.
Yeah. I could not care less about this match. This is a Raw or SmackDown match, and it's not even a main event on either of them. It's a bog standard mid card SmackDown or Raw match, and it means nothing. Like we've said in the podcast and stuff, check it out on YouTube and Spotify. That the LWO match should have been Cruz, Joaquin, Ray, Carlito versus Santos, Alberto. Not Alberto. I keep saying Humberto.
Humberto Del Rio.
Yeah, Angel Garza. And if you wanted to bring in like any of these others, like Dominic or whatever, you could for one match only, or even Andrade. Andrade's knocking about both of these.
I don't know what I don't know what they're doing with Andrade.
This match just seems like just plastered together for no reason apart from a toilet break and one that I do not care anything about. Like,
no.
Thankfully, I'm not watching this live, so I could just fast forward this match. That's how little I care about this match. But I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Ray and Dragon Lee as well. I think, like you say, Ray's coming to an end. Dragon Lee's just moved up. He's doing okay. I don't know who takes the fall. Maybe Ray gets revenge and pins Dominic. I don't know. But I like I say, this match is absolutely nothing to me, and I will probably just skip over
it. And that very nicely brings us to Sunday, so night 2. And I have noticed that there are considerably less matches on this card, which leads me to believe that some of these matches may be longer in length, which is always good, but not the Triple H 40 minutes, because that's way too much. So let's go from the top. We have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and this is the one that gets decided what the rules and stipulations are on night 1. So, if we go with let's go with that, the Bloodline 1 on night 1. this is going to be a full-on squash match because Cody's going to be somewhat injured from the night before. Roman, Rock, Solo, maybe Jimmy comes back after his match with his brother. We don't know. And they just absolutely steamroll Cody Rhodes, even though he shows the fight, but he gets steamrolled, and Roman retains, and they do more bloodline stuff, but maybe he takes a bit of a backseat. Rock disappears. Cody quits. I don't know what he would do after this if he doesn't finish his story or the story or just a book. I don't know what I don't know what this has become. It's become like a crap magazine story, like like News of the World or one of those other rubbish things. Because it's getting to a point now where I want to see him do something else. I want to see Cody Rhodes do something else other than constantly saying that he's come up short, he's not reached his, and it's annoying. I love Cody Rhodes, but it's starting to annoy me because I really want this to be done. So I'm hoping that Cody and Seth have won on night one. That leads this to be a clean as possible singles match for the belt. And I'm going to go... I'm going to go with Cody winning on the proviso that because Cody wins, Roman can disappear and Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline 2.0 is formed. Like maybe Rock steps in for just a short period to just, to just get everyone on the same page, set the next step of that story part and then move on. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Cody on night 2 because that boy needs to fucking finish his story. He does. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I went for Bloodline winning at the tag team match, which then I think then puts this match as a sort of anything goes sort of match. Like they're not gonna. They've got no rules. This is going to be just an absolute beatdown. And I think that you're going to get Jimmy Uso comes out. I think you're going to get Solo Sikoa coming out. I think you're going to get The Rock out there. The Rock's going to start beating Cody around, dragging him in front of his Mama Rhodes, getting the belt off, saying, I told you what I'd do. Look at you now. He's going to say, look at you now again down the hard cam. Because it's favourite saying, and he's going to start beating Cody, and I've said in my predictions earlier in the year, we're going to get blood, so Cody is going to be bleeding.
Yeah.
At that point, Jey Uso is going to come down to try and make the save. He's going to get taken out by Jimmy.
Yeah.
They'll carry on fighting and go into the crowd, move away. And then I've said to you in the past, Cody's going to be staggered, bloodied, and then that's when the trumpets come in and the glass shatters. Okay. And John Cena and Stone Cold come, because it's anything goes. They made the match a no disqualification match, which means Cody can now have his own friends. And John Cena's going to take away Solo. Stone Cold's going to take away The Rock. We're going to get a face-off between them pair, a stunner, which The Rock sells like he did way back when.
I hope he didn't hurt himself doing it.
He'll flip over the top rope and then just keep flipping into the crowd and just flip over a few chairs and just spiral up the stairs. Stone Cold will chase him out. And then at that point, Roman off the ropes, goes for a spear into the crossroads. But not just one crossroads, he does the 3 crossroads.
Right.
Gets on top, pinfall, 1, 2, curb stomp. Seth Rollins flattens Cody Rhodes for taking him out the night previous, and then you'll get the 1, 2, 3, and still our reigning, defending tribal chief Roman Reigns is going to leave because then Cody got completely screwed. You set up a feud with Seth because we'll soon discover what I think is going to happen in Seth's match. Spoiler alert. You then get Roman can then surpass Hulk Hogan because he's only like 200 days off or something like that. He's only a couple of days off becoming the next, like the actual longest reigning champion in recent history.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think
want a
Roman's going to
new
do it.
they want a new era Hulk Hogan without the
Yeah,
scandals. Yeah.
yep. And then you'll also maybe get some more of the Bloodline joining, because we've been told that there's new members still to come to this Bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah. They've signed a
And
few
then
more lads.
I'm not saying that then I hope Cody goes and wins 3 Rumbles back to back, because then the Rumble just becomes redundant and it's just let's let Cody win.
But but he would then be the only person to win 3 back to back. But it
Yeah,
would. But then I think people would start turning on him then, though.
yeah. So I think maybe Cody could win it at SummerSlam. Maybe that's when he does it, because I think by that point Roman will have surpassed Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
and he can finish his story at SummerSlam, because it's all about finishing the story. It doesn't say he has to finish it at WrestleMania.
No,
It's just that's
but
the grandest stage.
yeah, but it's the narrative. The narrative will wear thin. That's why they've injected. I think that's why they've done this, the tag team thing, because they had to get the Rock on side to sort of make it. Otherwise we would have just strolled up to WrestleMania with Cody just being like, "I'm gonna finish my story," and everyone's like, "Okay, great." Now there's more at stake. So. But yeah, let's move on to the next match, which on this that we're looking at, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the
Well,
World
should I go
Heavyweight
first?
Championship. I want to let you go first because
Yeah, mine's
you
already
seem
been
to know a
spoiled.
lot more about what's happening in the
No,
world
but
of this than I do.
mine's already been spoiled by my previous prediction. Seth's losing here. Daddy
Okay.
Drew's getting his moment in front of a crowd.
Okay.
Whether CM Punk gets involved, I don't know as well, because he's on commentary. But in my world, Seth gets the kick, the disaster kick takes Seth out. He then comes into this match a bit weakened. He blames Cody Rhodes, and because he's lost his belt, that's why he sides with Roman and costs Cody, because they lose everything.
Could just to fantasy book for a moment, I would put this before the Roman Reigns match. So
Oh, the Roman Reigns match is main event.
yeah,
Roman Reigns is main event easily.
yeah. Because then you'll see like Seth loses and then he goes a bit crazy, loses the plot, whatever, and then
Yeah, he's been saying heelish things recently, so I feel, but then they haven't turned him full heel just yet, because then you've got 2 heels in this match. Until CM Punk comes back, so I think that this is going to be what makes Seth snap, and that's why he's going to stomp Cody in the main event.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. I think Punk has something going with Drew, and he has something going with Seth. Now, don't forget the thing with him and Seth was before Rumble. So Seth getting all pissed off at Survivor Series was before Rumble. Then it just so happened to be Drew that he got in that injured Punk, and they went with it. I don't think Drew's thing with Punk would have been quite as heated or it wouldn't have quite as much spice to it if Punk was injured because when he was in the ring with Drew at the Rumble. It just so happened to be those two that thing, because it could have been anybody else that injured Punk, let's be honest. So I think that just fell nicely, and then they sort of said to Drew, "Look, you've injured Punk. Not your fault, we know, but you've got to now run with this. Like, be an absolute shitlord." And he's like, "Yep, fine." And he's done very, very well. But again, like you said, it would be heel versus heel. See, now, if Seth Rollins loses, it's gonna have something to do with CM Punk. So I'm gonna flip that coin, and I'm gonna say that CM Punk is the one who costs Rollins the championship, so that he can go after it when Drew's holding it. I think Punk is going to cost Seth, push Seth over the edge. That because Punk's been away, called him a cancer of wrestling, this and the other. He's come back. They've had heated debates. Drew's gotten involved. Drew's kind of like the third wheel here, really. He kind of like it's third wheel by proxy. Like he accidentally injured Punk, and then he's now in that position where he has to play the shitlord that enjoyed it. That he's glad that he injured Punk, and Seth is kind of Seth's the champ. So it would make sense for me for Punk to, because of the character's ego and everything, for him to cost or try to cost back. Again, I think okay, right. Just boil it down to this: Punk's interference costs Seth the title, whether he meant it or not. So he might go after Drew to get Seth to retain, so they can have their match later. But he fucks up, knocks Seth down with the GTS or the Shining Wizard, whatever move he's using now, and then Drew wins, or something. But I think Punk's interference is what costs Seth the title here.
So we're both going for Drew.
Yeah.
And this one to pick up.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So that brings us on to the next match on the card, which is the WWE Women's Championship between Io Sky and Bayley.
Yep. I've got Bayley on this. She needs to win this. Io Sky is superb. She's a superb in-ring competitor, but as far as a character goes, she hasn't developed it much, and I think she will be better off chasing the title now on Bayley, because Bayley can wrestle anyone and get a good match out of them. I think it's going to be a good match, but I do believe that Bayley will win here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me, I backed my sweet baby girl Pamela in the Royal Rumble, and she came out at number 3, and a part of me thought, oh god, I've lost here. And she defied all odds, and I stuck by it, and she won me the Royal Rumble, and she's going to win here. I think that these are on different shows for a reason, so I think that Damage Control is going to come out to try and help Io tip the odds against Bayley, and we'll either get the same 3 women that were in the that 6-woman tag come out and help Bayley, or someone else will come out and help Bayley. It's not going
to be who you thought it was. It's not going to
be who I thought it was. But I do think that you've also got there's women that aren't on this card that probably should get an appearance at some point.
Yeah.
And whether they come out to help Bayley, one of them kind of doesn't work, which is my girl Tiffy Tiff.
Yeah.
There's no Tiffy time, but she's meant to be more of a heel, so I don't think she'll make the save. No. But then Liv Morgan's also not on this card, and I think that she should.
Yeah, but
she should be as well. But again, she's more in the rear.
Yeah, she's
area.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of women that should probably have got a WrestleMania moment that haven't this year, which could come out. But I do think it's going to be the 6 women that were in the match the previous night. But either way, Bayley is going to defy odds and walk away as the champion, which she deserves to be.
Right. So, okay, well, that's fair enough. So the next one is for the US Championship, the United States Championship. It's a triple threat match. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I cannot sit here and say that Logan Paul needs to retain. Partly because I think he can do so much better. I hate to say it because he's a fucking shitlord, and I can't, he winds me the fuck up. But then I also think to myself, well, both Orton and Owens don't need this belt. They're not in this for the belt. They're in this for Logan Paul. So I'm going to go with Logan Paul to retain. with shenanigans, because neither Orton or Owens need this belt for anything. Owens should be in the main event picture, and so should Randy Orton, along with the next two people we're going to be talking about. Inexplicably not doing anything. So yeah, I'm going with the Logan Paul retention with shenanigans.
Okay. I'm going for no shenanigans. I'm going for a glorified squash match in the middle of the card where your US champion will be the Maverick, Logan Paul. He doesn't need help. He is the greatest wrestler to ever walk this earth. And I am only half joking. He's too damn good at this wrestling stuff.
I know, that's what I mean. He doesn't, yeah.
But no, like you say, Randy and Kevin Owens don't need this belt. Yes, okay, it would be nice to get a belt on both of these because both of them do deserve a belt of some sort, and I don't think they're going to be in the main title picture for a while because of other stories that are being told in there.
Yeah.
However, I also know that SummerSlam is in Logan's hometown, and he has been featured heavily on the poster.
Yeah.
So I can see him carrying the US belt all the way to SummerSlam and then maybe dropping it there. But I think he definitely walks into SummerSlam as your champion.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay, just quickly, if the names of the other two competitors were different, I think we would be struggling to pick a winner. And just let me humour me. Bronson Reed and Ricochet.
Yeah, I think Ricochet and Logan Paul have tried to go viral for a long time, so I don't know. I don't think it would ever be that, but I know he's doing really well at the minute. But even someone that's been dominant without his tag team partner as Ivar, he could have been in there.
Yeah.
Like if you had two big brutes like Bronson and Ivar, and then Logan Paul, I'd be struggling in this one.
Yeah. See, my thought is that Ivar would not win because he's a tag guy, and if he has the singles belt and then his mate comes back, then so I would have gone with probably Bronson Reed because this is where he then takes over. Logan Paul can go and do whatever he wants to do, and then he can come back and thing. But yeah, with it's going to be a good match. With Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in there, yeah, Logan Paul's retaining. And
we're forgetting as well that he's going to pin both of these men stacked on top of each other on top of a prime bottle.
Oh, rubbish.
A giant prime bottle in the center of the ring, which is now going forward.
Rubbish.
The sponsorship will be there. So you're going to get that visual of the overhead camera. 1, 2, prime time free. There we go.
No thanks. Moving on, and with the caveat I said of people that need to be in the main event picture but are not, is a very lackluster, very strange feud between AJ Styles and LA Knight. Is it the battle of the initials? I don't know. This to me feels like an absolute fuck all nothing. We don't have anything for you, so we're just going to give you a WrestleMania payday match. It's for nothing. All it literally is sour grapes. This is all this is over is sour grapes. The fact that they didn't win the chance to go into the United States Championship match. Am I right? Is that how it's come about?
It was from the Fatal 4-Way for Roman's belt.
Oh, okay. Right.
AJ took the fall in that one after LA Knight hit him with a blunt force trauma and then went into the he got hit by a spear after that or something like that. And then following on from that, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber, LA Knight cost AJ his spot, and then in the actual chamber itself, Styles ran in and started wailing away on LA Knight.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so it's been a long build, but it pays off for nothing. I do not know where they go with either of these guys from here, because I like AJ Styles. He's reliable. He can do some good stuff. When he's doing his slightly not so serious stuff, he's really, really good. I refer to the Boneyard match with the Undertaker at COVID Mania. And LA Knight has just been superb, but I think they are not willing to pull the trigger on him just yet. But I feel like they've missed their opportunity now. LA Knight last summer was the hottest thing going, and he's still popular, and I still enjoy seeing him doing his thing. But the shine is starting to wear off, and that's my concern. But I'm gonna go with LA Knight coming out on top here because he needs it. He needs to keep up this winning momentum so that he can stake a claim for a championship coming up. Styles has been champion many times, doesn't need it, but then he also doesn't really have much going on except for whatever he's doing with Bullet Club, which isn't really happening either. So yeah, I think LA Knight goes over here.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that this match would have been better as a cinematic match, especially with the build we've had.
Yes.
Because we had like the home invasion where they got arrested last time out, where they did the whole someone jumped the barricade that wasn't LA Knight, but AJ thought it was, and then he's dressed as a cameraman, but then just beats on AJ.
Yeah.
You've had AJ jumping him in the back of a chair, like when he challenged him to the match and stuff like that, and then like sitting on the chair across LA Knight's throat to accept.
Yeah.
So everything in this match screams either cinematic match or no holds barred match, some sort of like big blood feud. It doesn't say singles match in the middle of WrestleMania.
No.
And unless, which we've spoke about this a lot, maybe this is WWE's way of carrying on the trend of what did you know, and the people watching, that 1 in 10 wrestlers suffer from no name-itis, and maybe the loser of this match is just going to either go to AJ or LA. They just lose. They lose a surname. Or they lose the letters.
Styles
and
Knight.
It's just Styles and Knight, or J Styles and A Knight. It's gonna be so. But no, yeah. So I think it'll be a great match. Don't get me wrong. I can't see. I know you're gonna disagree with me here, but I don't see a single toilet break match on night 2.
No, I don't.
I even think the next one's going to be an absolute insane match as well. But
it is.
So for me, I think, yeah. As much as I like AJ, and I do really like AJ as a wrestler, I think that this one is LA Knight winning here because, like you say, he's the most over, or he was at least the most over, and I feel like WWE booked themselves into a corner.
Oh, of course they have.
We've said it before. It's like they had, and it wasn't all their fault.
No.
So you had Seth Rollins, who was injured for a long time.
Yeah.
You've sort of got this long-term storytelling of the Bloodline. So one of your belts is just ruled out. You basically don't have a top belt when it's Roman.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Yeah.
And in some defense, I feel like because Roman's reign has gone on for so long, if you pardon the pun, then you've now got the fact that if Cody wins, I can't see them suddenly going, right, we're now going to hot potato this belt again. Like every couple of months, it's going to be a new champion.
No.
Which means that belt is now, for a while anyway, at least, going to have one champion that's just really, like, defending it for a really long time. Until eventually Cody loses it, and then we might start getting into the phase of every couple of months. So you had that. You've got the IC belt, which Knight probably shouldn't have gone for. He became like the megastar he is going to be in, like, the title picture, but Gunther wasn't going to drop that belt to him.
No.
And then you've got the US belt that was no one really cared about for a long time because the champions didn't really make that prestigious anyway.
No.
So he has suffered from WWE's own booking, which isn't his fault because he did get over organically, but I think this is his moment to get at least a Mania win.
Yeah.
So I am going to go for LA Knight in this one.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, then moving on, we have the Philadelphia Street Fight, which I think is purely a Philadelphia Street Fight because of where WrestleMania XL is being held. They have been christened as the Pride, which is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, versus the also christened Final Testament, Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, Akam and Rizzo. Just quickly, both of those names, shockingly bad. The names of these teams, shockingly bad. They will not be on T-shirts, and if they are, they're not going to sell very well. I love Bobby Lashley. I don't know. There's something about him that is just awesome, right? Having seen him in person as well, and he is as big as he looks. He's as big as he looks. When he got in with the Street Profits, very much felt like Hurt Business 2 or 3.0. Which I still can't understand why they stopped that, because that was good. But the Street Profits are fine; they're good. And then Karrion Kross, he's just insanely dangerous. Like he's a great character. You know, I mean, the alternate universe where he was a gladiator gimp or something, like that apparently that never happened. So, you know, and the Authors of Pain, who a lot of people said that they just couldn't work or they weren't very good. When you've got people as big as that, you don't need them to talk. You just need them to just do their thing. So, but I don't understand how they've linked up with Karrion Kross. Like, unless Kross is building this big stable for it's in preparation for something, then okay. I think. I think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits go over here. I think they win. I can't. There's just something about Karrion Kross at the moment and the AOP that just. I don't know. I feel like they are the job team at the moment, and I don't like that because Karrion Kross is wicked. I really when he came back after going away for a bit after he got released, when he came back and he was like, oh, like NXT version Karrion Kross, I was like, yes. I was like, okay, this is good. Nothing happened. They didn't do anything with him. He just had this really weird obsession with AJ Styles. What came of that? Not a great deal. I think he lost in the fight, in the big blow off match. I think he lost. So yeah, I don't know. I can't. But they're making it very difficult for me to care about Karrion Kross at the moment. I've never cared much about the AOP. I thought they're great. They got a superb look, but there's just nothing about them to make you want to be invested. So I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Okay, I am going to go with my heart, and I'm going to go with my head and heart and all my being. And the Final Testament are winning because my boy Karrion Kross is going to start.
He has to win, damn it.
He can't beat scripts, but he can beat Bobby Lashley in the Pride. Watch Universe Mode if you don't know that.
Yeah, go check out Universe Mode for that.
But no, and some of the stuff I disagree with because I would actually buy a Final Testament shirt. I think that I love Karrion Kross. I loved him in NXT. Yes, I didn't like the gimp thing, but I think now that they've got Paul Ellering back, the Authors of Pain have got their mouthpiece because I don't think Drake Maverick was that good as their manager.
He did not fit. He just
Vince didn't understand Paul Ellering and got rid of them when he called up the Authors of Pain. And now that Triple H is back, they were his boys in NXT and they were dominant.
They were
and I think that now they're going to be dominant again. Yeah. And I think that the Final Testament sort of suits Karrion Kross's gimmick as such, especially the stuff he's been putting on X and Twitter recently. He's been like quoting Bible verses and stuff like that. But I think that I know he lost all of his feuds. Yes, he has. I'm not going to deny that. But I do think the TikTok gimmick with Scarlett is pretty good because they've started spinning it. Not officially, not in sort of kayfabe terms. It's not on TV yet. But they've said like, yes, I lost to AJ Styles, but he lost the OC because he's no longer with them. They've sort of like fractured and broke up.
Oh, okay.
He was like, I lost to Ray, but you lost to Sun. Because shortly after the feud with Karrion Kross, Dom turned on Ray.
Okay.
And there was like another one as well where he put the clock down for and something else happened. I can't remember who the third person was. But everyone's forgetting as well, they also left the clock ticking on Roman Reigns. And we haven't got to that blow-off yet. Because the Bloodline were in the ring and Scarlett put the hourglass on the ring for Roman at one point and then just fled. It was like sort of walked away, and it hasn't been picked up ever since. Nothing ever came of that match, or if it did, I don't remember it from being a thing of Roman versus Karrion Kross.
No, but you see, now this is where things like that, you know as well as I do, Triple H doesn't do coincidences.
Yeah. So I think that this is where I think either Angelo Dawkins or Montez Ford takes the pin. You're not pinning Bobby Lashley here.
Dawkins will take the pin here. He's like he's the road dog of this group. Like,
then I think it's too soon for the Authors of Pain, one of them to be pinned. I know they love pinning Karrion Kross, but I just can't see them doing it because I think he is slowly being built up as like it's slow, but I think he is being built up to NXT.
Slow?
So Karrion Kross.
Okay.
Especially now because he is absolutely fucking jacked. There was a video I sent it to you. He just snapped a baseball bat with his leg.
Yeah.
Just he put on an ankle lock and just snaps a baseball bat off.
Yeah.
So I do think that we're going to get maybe this is where the pride falls because it's like a pride alliance. He is going to lose his pride. That is the next thing to go from the final.
But then they've only just got together like in the last month or so, like properly
in matches. But I think this sort of rivalry has to blow off because it's been a nothing rivalry.
Yeah, it's a nothing rivalry. Like no one cares. Like it's not getting mainstream coverage, is it?
No,
which is a shame.
And I think, and this is also the reason why I think that I've picked both babyface teams to win the ladder match because I'm not sure which brand Karrion Kross is actually signed to, but I think you could get the Authors of Pain going for the belts and they're the heels, and then this faction can slowly start building up, being like this dominant force if we are. Because I mean, I know I've been moaning about the fact that WWE backed themselves into a corner with all these like final bosses almost, that you've got Roman, you've got Gunther.
Yeah.
But with the fact that they're called the Final Testament, they could literally be the final boss for a lot of like the mid card stuff.
Yeah.
Like when Gunther goes on to the main picture, like he will.
Yeah.
I think either the US belt or the IC belt gets held by Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain hold the tag belts.
Okay, so like a Shield thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can see it. I can certainly see Karrion Kross with the IC belt. Because it's kind of like hard bastards like belt, isn't it? You know, double hard bastards.
And you've also got the luxury of having 3 really good mouthpieces on that. Because you've got Scarlett, who's good on the mic. Karrion Kross is good on the mic himself. Like if he's and is like social. Like I brought up his Twitter, that's really good. Authors of Pain, you keep them as far away from the mic as possible and give it to Paul Ellering for them. You've got 3 people that can do the talking, and they're the enforcers.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar didn't do a lot of talking.
Yep.
You know, so that's you know, it's fair. It's a fair comment. That's what I think they're signed. I think they're signed to Raw, which makes my choice of Awesome Truth picking up the belt. It's a feel good for Mania. It's a feel good, but then on the flip side of it, then the Authors of Pain can just steamroll Awesome Truth, just absolutely just destroy them and pick up the belts. So I'm glad I picked that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Bobby Lashley, Street Profits. I think you're right. I think there's more for Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain going forward here. But I'm going to stick with my original choice because otherwise I'm flip-flopping about and changing my picks as we go along. But yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. That brings us to the end of the match card. Nothing has been added as of yet, but we are recording this on the Thursday. And we do have Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow. And you never know. You never know. Something could happen, and something just gets switched and flipped on its
Yeah,
head.
something can be changed. That one
Yeah.
more match could be added because we've got
Yep.
7 matches on Saturday and only 6 on Sunday yet, so there could be one more.
But thank God there isn't 12 matches like there was at one point when they were starting at like 3 in the afternoon, wrestling until 11 at night. Like, fucking hell, there's a lot of wrestling in one weekend. But, yep, those are our picks. Those are going to be locked in until after Mania. In fact, I think our post WrestleMania videos will all be in person, I
Pretty
believe.
much, we have a week. You
Yeah,
you arrive on the Friday after, so I think there might be
yeah.
one pre-recorded
One,
podcast.
yeah, there will be one pre-recorded at some point next week. Um, yeah, so enjoy WrestleMania for anyone who's going to watch or get involved or whatever it is you're doing. Enjoy it. If you're going to a WrestleMania party, stay safe. You know, don't leave your drinks lying around for weirdos to spike or anything like that. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we will be back after WrestleMania. And don't forget, podcast goes out every Thursday around 7 p.m. And it will be on Spotify. And then a video version tends to go up shortly after on the YouTube as well. So thank you everybody for staying with us for the WrestleMania predictions. It's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Thanks everybody. Have a great WrestleMania weekend.